Hi, you action figure enthusiasts out there. JC here with another T&I toy review. And for today's review, I'm going to be taking a look at the brand new DC Multiverse 6-inch Aquaman movie Vulko figure from Mattel. Now this figure is being sold as an Amazon exclusive. It comes packaged in the same style that we see with all the DC Multiverse figures, or at least in the past year, with the blue box. You've got the figure clearly displayed. Up at the top, you've got the name of the character and the Aquaman movie logo. Off to the side, you've got an image of William Dafoe, who plays the character in the movie, and then down below, you've got the DC Multiverse logo. On the sides of the packaging, you again just have an image of the character from the movie, and then on the back, you've got an image of the character of the movie again, a brief bio for the character in multiple languages, and then down below, a look at the actual figure, and then other Aquaman movie figures that Mattel has released for the DC Multiverse line. All right, let's get this open and take a look at what's inside. Okay, so here's a look at the figure outside the packaging along with the other contents. Now, because this figure is being sold as a store exclusive from Amazon, there is no Collect and Connect piece included with this figure. Now, you do get this map or blueprint. I'm not exactly sure what this is supposed to be. I haven't seen the movie yet, but it's got a trident, a picture of a trident, as well as some other markings. So it looks like some kind of map or something to me. I think they're searching for the trident to so Aquaman can be king, I think is one of the premises of the movie. So this probably plays a role in that. And it's just done with a piece of paper. So, you know, you do want to be careful. I mean, it's pretty sturdy. It won't rip too easily, but again, it is basically just a piece of paper. It's blank. It looks like it's supposed to be on a piece of wood or something. So even though it's paper, I think this is supposed to be a piece of wood, and it's just blank, even though you've got some graining on there. So again, that it looks like wood on the back side. And then the final accessory included with this figure is a sword. And I haven't seen the movie, so I don't know how accurate this is, but it doesn't look like just a straight up metal like sword. It looks like it's made out of bone or something. So you've got all this line work on the blade, which to me makes it look like it's made out of bone. And then you also have some sculpting detail on the handle portion. It's done with a maroon color, so I again assume that's accurate to what we see in the movie. And the blade itself is curved, but it's also made out of a thin plastic, so it may come out of the packaging a little bit warped. If that's an issue for you, you may want to take a hair dryer and heat it up and straighten it out a bit. But overall, you know, I think it looks pretty cool. Now the sword can be held in either the right or the left hand. You have two grip hands with this figure, and then they've included this little sheath, which is done with a metallic silver. It's just a hard piece of plastic, and what you want to do is you just slide the sword in there, and then he can hold it on his back, and it does stay in there nice and tight. Now for the figure itself, I think Mattel has done a pretty good job with this head sculpt. To me, it definitely looks like the actor William Dafoe. It's one of the better movie head sculpts I've seen Mattel do. The skin tone is pretty decent. The eyes are straight. You've got the slick back hair with the man bun, which is movie accurate, so I like that detailing. And you got a little wash, it looks like, in the hair as well. It's a dark brown with a little bit of a black wash. So overall, like I said, I think Mattel has done a pretty solid job on this head sculpt. For the rest of the outfit, he's got that chainmail that he's wearing. It's all pretty much the same color. It's a dark, almost navy blue that he's wearing. And then you've got some more kind of silver metallic blue on the armor pieces on his chest and on his gauntlets and on the skirt piece. And the skirt piece is made with a rubber material. It is a separate piece. It's not removable or anything, but it is a separate piece made of material, a rubber material. That is going to limit some of the leg movement, which I'll show you in a minute. And then for the legs, again, you've got that chainmail sculpting detail throughout, and you've got the shinier metallic blue with what looks like some scratch marks here on his boots and stuff. So overall, you know, it's not the most exciting outfit, but I believe it is pretty movie accurate. So the overall look of the figure seems to match up pretty good with what we see in the movie. Now this figure stands about 6 3/4 inches tall, and here's a comparison of the Vulko figure with all the other movie Aquaman figures that Mattel has done. So we've got the regular Aquaman movie figure that's released in the regular line, and then we've got this one that's really taller than all the other figures that's from that Target 2-pack, and then we've got the Justice League movie version, the shirtless Justice League movie version, and then various Dawn of Justice versions that Mattel did as well. And then finally, here's a comparison of all the different Aquaman movie multiverse figures that Mattel has released. So articulation on this figure is okay, but it's not great. You can turn the head to the left and to the right. He really has no back and forth movement, nor does he have any head pivot. The arms you can get out pretty good, and you've got good rotation, though you do want to be careful with the sword. If you have it attached to the back, it does stick out there, so when you rotate the arm, you do want to use a little caution. He's got a bicep swivel, he's got a rotation at the elbow, only has the single hinged elbow, unfortunately, so he can only bend his elbow that much. You do get hinges on the hands, so you've got the up and down movement, and of course you can rotate the hands. You've got an ab crunch, but he really can't crunch forward. He can look back there at the midsection. He has a waist swivel, and then with the legs, you know, it is that more modern leg articulation, but again, because of this cloth piece, he can only do the splits. Well, actually you can get, because he's got the slits, so you can actually get him to do the splits pretty good there, but getting the legs forward, he can only do the leg forward about that much, and then you can kind of do the leg out and back. He does have a thigh swivel. He has a double jointed knee, so good bending there at the knee, and then with the feet, you have hinges, so up and down movement, and you do get ankle pivot. You get good ankle pivot with this one, and 2 peg holes on the bottom of the feet. Now real quick, I just wanted to point out, I noticed that if you put the sword on his back so the blade is kind of facing inward, it doesn't stick out as much, so like when you're rotating the arm, you don't have to worry about hitting the sword. So this, when you put it on its back, this is probably the better way to do it. Okay, so that's my review. So even though I haven't seen the movie yet, from what I have seen from trailers and stuff, you know, this seems like a pretty good representation of the character. I do like the head sculpt. I do think it looks like William Dafoe. The detailing on the outfit is pretty good as well. Articulation is a little bit limited, like we see with many of the multiverse figures, but it's not horrible either. So if you're a fan of the character or just the Aquaman movie, I think this is one you'll want to check out. Now this figure, as I mentioned before, is being sold as an Amazon exclusive, and it is available now on the website. We'll have a full image gallery up at toynewseye.com. There'll be a link in the video description below. As always, leave a comment. Let me know what you think. If you're so inclined, please like the video. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Hit the bell notification so you're alerted every time new videos are uploaded. And of course, you can follow me on my Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram accounts. I have links to those in the video description as well. And until next time, guys, I'll catch you later.